Okay, so I'm looking up a few things, and I'm kind of stuck on terror, which is, I suppose, is pronounced to rock. And I got to thinking about some things, and said that it dawned on me that I know some real niggas. So if you like me and know some real niggas, right? Then you quickly realize that love is conditional. So a lot of people think that the highest powers love is unconditional. Okay, so that's the opposite of true. So now, then my mind started going into the paper bag champ, right? His title is champ, and we have to place derogatory titles on top of that. But the fact is, he is in that seat, like say, if it was a throne or something. He's actually sitting there. It don't matter. It does matter how he got there. But my point is this. Would you be afraid of anyone who truly loved you in word and in deed? Would you be afraid of them? See, the reason Christians are not afraid of the Most High is because they think his love is unconditional. So they do anything they want to do and think God is going to continue to love them. They ignore all lessons on that. So I'm not particularly talking to them. I'm talking to my people about them. So now, the fact that bro sat down in that seat and Madon symbolically took his crown home, but he didn't. The guy's still there. He's still the crown holder. That was just a jokey joke. So now, how did he get there? He must have had power with God and with men. Why do I say that? Power with men is the very definition of politics. And this being the only league in the country, it's the only league. If there's another one, show it to me. I'll join that too. Why don't you look up the definition of politics and you will see it's talking with men. So this league is very political. And so it's gaining middle ground and coming to compromises with men and women in order to accomplish a particular goal. So his brain automatically works that way growing up in a huge city that is a political city and knowing real niggas his whole life. You know, being a barber, you meet all the realest niggas in your city. So that's just a given how he grew up that way. You know what I'm saying? He might not be all the way there, but he confesses that he's real and he goes out of his way to prove it. So my point is, he had power with God and with men. Power with men and women is politics. That's what we're dealing with the league. You have to have both of these things in order to sit down in that chair and kick your feet up. See what I'm saying? The Most High is going to take care of some things that you can't. that you don't have the power to take care of, i.e., his arch nemesis, undefeated, left the league early with anxiety issues that was flaring up. You understand that? I think you do. So now, there's a Gentile man that's in a lot of trouble that I'm going to resurrect one day. His name is Chris Harris. I'm going to resurrect him on our day of judgment. You will see me in the ring speaking absolute Bible truth. Shout out to Josh. Directly into his ear. Him having absolutely zero faith will have no choice but to have faith that day, because hearing the word of God gives you faith. Faith comes through hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So the more you hear the word of God, the more faith you accrue. This is why real scholars cannot deny the Bible. There's not a scholar on the face of the planet that would deny that the Bible is untrue. It's just they don't understand some things because they didn't experience what the people of the book experienced. So when the people of the book take a look at their ancestral records, everything is perfectly clear. If you go into a Bible study with the tumbling blocks and the foundation of the mindset that everything in there is true, right? It leads you to study in a particular way that leads you to perfect answers to very difficult questions. So this study on who's the Pharaoh of the Exodus, which I already named and have known for many years now, has led me to see some things, and the tumbling blocks just keep on rolling. You understand? So you got an extreme fear should arise in your heart, there, brother Chris, because it is impossible for the information that I'm about to present to be denied. It's best for you to find a disqualification for me. That will be your best bet. You two in Yame. I mean, not in Yame. Nkosi. Nkosi. Let me look at this. Let me look at my schedule right here, right quick. Let's see if I can harass somebody. Because those are the only two I've been studying for right now, because those are the two guys who have debated that are in my roster, in my schedule. All right. Let me look at here. SVDL 2019-2020 schedule. As of July 29th, 2019. T-Duck is putting the black woman to the status of goddess caping for black women. I gotta scratch that one out. Nkosi, Is Washington, D.C. an American or British colony? I can't count my chickens before they hatch. Rabbi Lewis. Proof and evidence that Muhammad is not a prophet. Based off what? I said based off the dictionary. The definition of a prophet. Radio 1, spelled incorrectly there, Brother Solar. Dyslexia kicked in. Were the slave, singular, that were taken out of West Africa hamites or shemites? That's going to be infinitely easy to prove. Sorry, radio. I may not take that one so seriously. I got radio twice. Who was greater in power? YHWH and Israel? Or Pharaoh and the Egyptians? That's a good one there, radio. I'm pretty sure that would be that's gonna be hard to prove because you don't see the Most High, but you see the pharaohs. You see the Egyptians on the walls, and you don't see Israel on walls. So it's gonna be a little tough. That's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna be struggling with that one because we don't make images, but everybody who is intelligent knows Israel existed. It's just that they have a hard time accepting invisible things, as if invisible things do not exist. Okay, we got Chris, who is the Pharaoh of the Exodus. That's going to be fun because I've never really debated that topic with anyone before. I just did a lesson on it because no one particularly cares about that. And it's not very important to me, but it's still going to be fun because it's got so much data and orgy of evidence that I got to condense into a presentation. Now I'm gonna have fun doing that. Okay, so now we got Chris again. Was the Noah's Ark story plagiarized from other myths? That's a good question. That's a good question. I wonder how I would have to save that one. I'm not too sure right now, but should be simple enough, I suppose. Okay, SUAVE. Did the Israelites bring Egypt to its highest status? What? I don't got no debates with SUAVE. I'm avoiding SUAVE like the plague. He's unbeatable. Well, Cube might have proven that theory wrong, but I don't see a way to beat SUAVE, but I'm going to try. Did the Israelites bring Egypt to its highest status? Oh, yeah, that's super simple. Yeah, I can show that. I can show that. Especially with the new information that I found tonight. Mr. Chris, you are in so much danger. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so that's my lineup. I got to get them scheduled. You guys stay tuned.